This is another video in my Father's Day 2017 series. This card features 3 bow ties with button accents, and it has a background which has been embossed with an embossing folder, and the bow ties are created using a triangle punch. It's very simple. The inside of the card is very simple. It says, "With love on Father's Day." Let me go through the materials that this card uses. It has a lot of different papers, so I had to make notes. This is the card base, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. A beige matte panel, cut 5 1/4 by 4. A strip of beige, which is 1/2 inch by about 4 inches, but I only need 2 1/4 inch. I have a beige pattern paper, which is cut 4 1/2 by 2. I have beige cardstock, which is 4 3/4 by 2 1/4. I have a blue panel, which is cut 5 1/4 by 3 1/4, and 3 panels of plaid paper, and it is 1 1/2 by 2 1/4. The inks I'm using today is Distress Ink Vintage Photo, Memento Rich Cocoa, Versafine Onyx Black, and a Stampin Up Triangle Punch. The stamp sets I'm using today is Thanks Dad by Perfectly Clear Stamp Set, and this is a new company that I haven't used before, Honeybee Stamps, and this is their sentiment builder. It has a bunch of words which you can use to make personalized sentiments, to say whatever you want it to say. There is little, big, huge, happy, smile, the different members of your family, including cousin, which is unusual because it's really hard to find a stamp set that mentions family and says cousin. I guess they forgot about them. And it's really useful and versatile. So let's see, I also need a blue marker, and I think that's about it. Let me clear this up and jump right into showing you how to prepare the card. Alright, I've cleared everything away and I brought in my Misty tool. This card design has very little stamping on it, so it'll go very quickly. So first thing I need to do is bring in my strip of paper, and I already have put the sentiment that I need on the door and also for the inside. So I'm going to hold this still with my magnet and ink this up with the rich cocoa. Okay. Alright, you're the best is what that says. I have my rag, which is saturated with my DIY stamp cleaner. I've mentioned that a couple of times. You can find the video on my channel. And now for the inside panel, I'm going to ink that up with the Versafine. Okay, that's all the stamping. Clean this up real quick. Oh, a smudge. Not good. I'll restamp that. Two-sided paper for the win. Wonder where that smudge came from. Okay, now for the fun part. I'm going to do the punches. Now I want to try and keep the orientation of the plaid patterns relatively the same. So the way I'm going to do this is punch the first triangle. Come on, you. Try to get it straight. Woo. And then I'm going to turn the paper around and punch it from the other direction, lining it up as close as I can to where I've already punched. It was close. And I'll do the same thing for this one. You know, I'm going to make myself a little handle with some blank paper so I don't have to fight so hard on that. So I just tape that on there and just stick it in there. Now I can see where the other point is and just back it out. There we go. Last one. Okay. Now each of the triangles I want to distress the edge a little bit, so I'm taking my finger dauber and the vintage photo and I'm just going to daub around the edges, just going over it lightly. I'm going to speed up this part because I'm going to go through and do the edges of the triangles, the strip, and also that beige panel. Okay, now I'm going to run this through my embossing folder, which does an argyle pattern. I'm going to just stick the embossing folder and the paper and run it through my big shot, and I'll be right back. Okay, I realized that I forgot to actually show you the embossing folder. I don't know if you can tell it, but it has a nice argyle pattern. Okay. Now, start to do some card assembly. And this is pretty cut and dry, so I'm just going to let the music run and assemble the card from here. finished card. It went together very quickly, as I promised. You can use any paper that you had in the triangle punch if you didn't want to fuss with trying to line up the paper, the directions. You could use solid colors and it would be just fine. If you didn't have plaid paper also, but you had a stamp which had plaid on it or flowers or whatever thing, you stamp onto the paper and then use the punch and line it up that way. Thanks for watching. I'd like to thank my brother David for providing the music for my videos. He wrote this song specifically for this card. I appreciate all the help he's given me. Please subscribe to my channel. I try to put out content pretty frequently. Thanks for watching and happy Father's Day to everyone. Take care.